Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick episode review of Star Wars Rebels Season 3 episode Twin Suns. This is a very important episode, a very exciting episode. I'm a big fan of Star Wars Rebels. I actually just finished it, and now I'm starting part 1 and then part 2 of the Season 3 finale of Rebels. But I wanted to give you my thoughts really quick on what I thought of the episode Twin Suns. Now, this is going to be, I'm going to get into some spoilers with the episode, so if you haven't seen episode Twin Suns, which is a very important episode, then I would hold off on the video, go ahead and watch Twin Suns, then come back. So you can hear my thoughts here on Silver Screen Guide. Twin Suns, for those of you who may not get the reference, is referencing Tatooine. Tatooine has twin suns, as is famously seen in A New Hope. So, Twin Suns is where Darth Maul is headed. I was so excited to see Darth Maul come back to the series, and they really utilized him just right. It was perfect. Although I really was hoping for him to come back to the big screen for a big screen film. Maybe he still will. I don't know. I thought he would have worked well. This actually would have worked well in an Obi-Wan big screen film. Maybe that still could work. I highly doubt it now, though. It's possible Darth Maul may get his own film, but we won't ever see what we just saw here happen on the big screen for a theatrical film. But Darth Maul found out Obi-Wan was still alive. Of course, he is still pursuing him because of the hatred he has for him, as we saw in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And then in the Clone Wars TV series, Darth Maul came back, and they still had some disputes there, also some fights and things. He had a story arc in Clone Wars. And there was also a, I don't have it with me or else I'd hold it up. It's like Darth Maul, son of Dathomir or something like that. And it did fill in what happened to him after Clone Wars. It showed him fight Dooku. It showed what happened to Mother Talzin. And then it left that story arc still unfinished. So I was incredibly unsatisfied and frustrated with that. So I'm thankful they brought it back up in Rebels. And this is where we get to see the end of Maul's story arc in the episode Twin Suns. Maul tracks Obi-Wan to Tatooine, and it was actually Ezra Bridger's fault leading him out there, which makes sense because Obi-Wan he's watching him, he cares for him, he cares for people he's watching out for him. So they pick him up, Obi-Wan picks him up, and very awesome shot of them at night at a campfire. Ezra leaves, and Maul and Obi-Wan are talking. They have a showdown. Whoever they got to do Obi-Wan's voice did a great job. You can tell it's not Alec Guinness, of course. A little different, but very close. Very nice. So I am so excited. I never thought I was going to get to see something like this. But we do. And I'm expecting a really huge battle, some awesome fight like we have seen throughout Clone Wars and Rebels. And Obi-Wan's in his classic garb. He has the white hair now and everything, and they have a really good exchange. Obi-Wan says a lot of wise things, like if you base your power off of the ability to take life, then that's a very sad way of thinking of it. And Maul's like, look what you've become, you're so sad and whatnot. So they duke it out, and Obi-Wan immediately kills Maul. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, that's it? I watched it twice to make sure I didn't miss anything, and he did, and it made sense because Obi-Wan has most likely been training and just growing so much closer with the Force, that whereas Maul is just this twisted, sad person who has just gone through so many weird things throughout his time and just grew in hatred, and Obi-Wan has just grown in knowledge of the Force, that it makes sense that Maul wouldn't really be that much of a threat to him. Maul is also very old and very out of tune with the dark side of the Force. So that made sense, and I was really intrigued when Obi-Wan took Maul in his in his hands, like on his knee after he had killed him. And Maul says right before he died, "Is he the chosen one?" And Obi-Wan says, "Yes, he is." So that tells me, because in the prequel trilogy, excuse me, they were always saying Anakin was the chosen one, the one to bring balance to the Force. Clearly, he didn't bring balance to the Force, and Anakin, therefore, his son Luke is the chosen one. But then I also kind of have this theory: is Luke the chosen one? Because we have yet to see what he'll do in episode 8 and 9, whereas Rey seems like an interesting figure that might be something she could play into that chosen one factor as well. I don't know. We'll see. But then I liked when Maul said, "Then he will avenge us both." So there's just kind of like this weird connection there, whereas Maul wanted to destroy the Emperor because of the Emperor's betrayal, leaving him to die. And of course, Obi-Wan wants to, destroy the Sith and the Emperor and whatnot. So overall, I was very impressed with the episode. They really captured that mystical Obi-Wan of episode 4. And it was a very proper send-off for Maul, a very, very proper end to his story arc. I was so glad to see his story arc ended as such. And I was also very pleased to see what they did with those two coming together and um, giving us a little bit of Obi-Wan. They made the right move of bringing him back into the series. It made sense. And I was really excited to see. I was shocked. It shows Obi-Wan riding through the desert, and all of a sudden you see him looking out at Luke's home, and you hear Aunt Beru's voice from episode 4, "Luke, Luke," and you see the twin sons, and then you see, just like very far in the distance, you can't make out any details, you see this kid running into the house, and Obi-Wan is still watching him. So very cool. It just gives you chills. Overall, I was very impressed with the episode. Of course, I would have liked to have seen it in a theatrical movie, but they handled it just right, so I'm okay with it now. But Star Wars Rebels, if you haven't been watching it, if you're just checking out Twin Sons, then you're really missing out. Make sure to start with season 1. It is a little more pandering towards children, I would say, but it's really amped up, and it's tying into the series, into the films, and just really become a solid Star Wars series. Very much. I'm very impressed with it. So thank you again for watching my quick review of Twin Sons. Make sure to go to Silver Screen Guide, our YouTube channel. It doesn't have very much because I'm in college and I don't have a lot of time right now, but we do try to write movie reviews and articles. We got some new releases, new movie review releases up there right now. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks. Oh, and I want to hear your thoughts also about Twin Sons, so make sure to comment those thoughts down below. I'm looking forward to engaging with you all about that. Thanks.